Close your eyes and picture Britain in 1980. Motorways cutting through foggy mornings, suited executives gripping leather steering wheels, briefcases resting on the back seat, and the warm scent of walnut dashboards and Wilton carpet filling the cabin. This was an era when your car didn't just move you from place to place, it defined you. British executive saloons were more than transport. They were status, ambition, and identity, all engineered into 4 doors and a badge. From boardrooms in Birmingham to power lunches in London, these machines ruled the road. Today on UKTorque, we count down the 10 greatest British executive saloons of the 1980s. Stay until number 1, because it changed everything. Number 10. Austin Ambassador Vanden Plas. The Austin Ambassador Vanden Plas arrived in the early 80s carrying the heavy legacy of British Leyland. Built on older foundations, it was never truly modern, but it tried to be luxurious. Inside, however, it surprised everyone. You got hand-stitched leather, deep carpets, real walnut trim, and even rear picnic tables. It felt like a moving private lounge. Under the bonnet sat a 2.0-liter engine producing under 100 horsepower, nothing exciting, but smooth enough for motorway cruising. Fleet buyers liked it. Government departments used it. But reliability issues kept its reputation in check. It was a car with ambition, just not quite the execution. And something far more refined was already emerging. Number 9. Triumph Acclaim. The Triumph Acclaim arrived in 1981, and quietly changed everything. On paper, it was a rebadged Honda Ballade built in Britain. But in reality, it was a turning point for British manufacturing. For years, drivers feared breakdowns. The Acclaim ended that fear. Its 1.3-liter Honda engine was modest, but unbelievably reliable. Build quality was tight. Interiors were simple but solid. Everything worked. Over 130,000 buyers chose it, not because it was exciting, but because it was dependable. It marked the beginning of a new era, where Japan and Britain briefly built something together that actually worked. But the next car brought true corporate confidence. Number 8. Vauxhall Carlton CD. When the Vauxhall Carlton CD arrived, it looked like the future. Sharp lines, clean design, a proper executive stance. For company car drivers, this was suddenly a serious option. Engine choices ranged from sensible 4-cylinders to smoother 2.0-liter units producing over 110 horsepower. But more importantly, it felt modern inside, logical, comfortable, and well-built. It drove with confidence, and it finally gave Vauxhall real respect in the executive class. But while it was competent, it still lacked personality. And the next car had personality in abundance. Number 7. Ford Granada Ghia. The Ford Granada Ghia was the dream car of middle management Britain. This was the saloon you saw outside offices, hotels, and motorway service stations everywhere. Stylish, confident, and affordable compared to rivals. Inside, velour seats, wood trim, and electric windows created a sense of luxury that felt far more expensive than it was. Engine options included a smooth V6 that could reach 60 miles per hour in under 9 seconds. It was comfortable, capable, and everywhere. But Ford was about volume, not exclusivity. And above it sat something far more serious. Number 6. Rover SD1 Vitesse. The Rover SD1 Vitesse was a shock to the system. This was not a conservative executive saloon, this was a performance machine. A 3.5-liter V8 delivered nearly 190 horsepower and a top speed around 135 miles per hour. It looked dramatic too, a wedge-shaped design inspired by supercars of the era. It even proved itself in touring car racing. But build quality was inconsistent, and ownership could be frustrating. Still, when it worked, it was thrilling. And above it sat true British luxury. Number 5. Daimler Double Six. The Daimler Double Six was pure elegance. A long bonnet, a whisper-quiet V12 engine, and a cabin built for absolute comfort. With over 280 horsepower, it was fast for its size, but speed was never the point. Connolly leather, walnut veneer, deep carpets. Everything inside felt handcrafted and ceremonial. This was the car of ambassadors, executives, and royalty-level comfort. But even this level of luxury was not the peak. Number 4. Bentley Mulsanne. The Bentley Mulsanne was British luxury without compromise. Powered by a massive 6.75-liter V8, it delivered effortless power with silent authority. The turbo variants pushed over 300 horsepower and reached 60 miles per hour in just over 6 seconds. But performance was secondary. Inside, it was an ocean of walnut, leather, and handcrafted detail. Everything felt heavy, deliberate, and permanent. Owning one wasn't just luxury, it was legacy. But above it sat a car that influenced an entire generation. Number 3. Rover 800 Series. The Rover 800 was Britain's attempt to fight Germany head-on. Developed with Honda, it brought reliability and refinement together in a way Britain had rarely achieved alone. Clean design, modern engineering, strong Honda engines. The 2.7-liter V6 gave it real motorway strength. Inside, it finally felt like a true executive car again. It didn't dominate sales, but it proved Britain could still compete. And above it sits one of the most beautiful saloons ever made. Number 2. Jaguar XJ Series III. The Jaguar XJ Series III is widely considered one of the most elegant saloons ever built. Refined by Pininfarina, it was timeless. A long bonnet, graceful lines, and a cabin filled with leather and walnut. Engine choices included a straight 6 or a legendary V12. Driving it felt effortless, smooth, balanced, and almost emotional. It wasn't just transport, it was character. But there was still one final evolution of Jaguar that changed everything. Number 1. Jaguar XJ40. And here it is, the car that redefined British executive motoring. The Jaguar XJ40. After more than a decade of development, Jaguar launched something completely new. Digital instruments, modern suspension, advanced electronics, a clean, modern design language. It wasn't just an update, it was a reset. Powered by the 3.6-liter AJ6 engine, it delivered smooth performance and remarkable refinement. It handled better, felt sharper, and introduced Jaguar into the modern age. This was the future of British executive saloons. Nothing else on this list reshaped the industry like it. The 1980s marked the final golden chapter of truly British executive motoring. From the humble ambassador to the revolutionary XJ40, these cars told the story of a nation balancing tradition with transformation. Some were flawed, some were brilliant, some were forgotten, but together, they defined an era where a car wasn't just something you drove, it was something that defined you. Which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through British automotive history, make sure you subscribe to UKTorque. Until next time.